Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's Marvin speaking. We're going to get straight into M3, IEM3I. What it is, it's just that she says some interesting things. I read a message that Jay's mum Debbie and Jay's dad Warren are not together. I've got that message. I wasn't so sure. I would have thought if someone told me, do you think they're together or not, I probably would have said no. But it's funny that Warren isn't really, it's only recently he's put a couple of things up on TikTok about when he was out in Tenerife and about the search and things like that. But it's funny that he hasn't said a lot more, and Debbie's said a lot of the talking. But it's interesting to see what this M says.
Hope your day is going as great as you. I've parked up before anyone wants to ask if I'm driving. I'm very much stationary. My hands are off the wheel. Let's talk about it. A lot of people have made these comments, and it's a very good point to consider. When it comes to Jay Slater, the boy that went missing in Tenerife on the 17th of June, why is it that his dad Warren hasn't done any interviews? Why is it that when in Tenerife, when they were confronted by the press, when they come out the police station, why did Warren say it's all up to Debbie, she's in charge? I find it very odd because, yes, the son has gone missing and the son has passed away, right?
I just want to say something. Someone said, first message, I think Jay's family may have a lot of their own questions. Maybe Warren and Debbie have totally different views. This is what I think. Because of the emotion and the funeral, I think that Warren's actually starting to come out, because a lot of the conversation was just about Debbie. And Warren was sometimes in the background, and you wished he'd say a little bit more, sort of being, should I say, the head of the family.
Right. Surely the dad, I mean, everyone deals with their emotions differently, everyone deals with grief differently. I'm not making a point on that. But I'm finding it very odd why Debbie's doing all the speaking. Why wasn't it Debbie and Warren with the interview on the Sun interview? Why wasn't it them two in the interview? Why was the Sun there? Because the Sun had very odd body language anyway. The Sun comes across odd. But that's my question, so why isn't Warren invited in these interviews?
I wouldn't say odd. I do think that Jay was Debbie's special boy, and I think Zach knew that, and I think Zach is going through a hell of a lot at the moment. To say that he was acting strange, I do think that's a little bit out of order, because Zach's probably in a lot of pain. His younger brother is not coming back to this world, and then you expect people just to be normal. It takes months, even years, to get over losing a family member.
Is he invited? Has he declined the interviews? No one's going to know. But the GoFundMe is still up as well. I don't understand why the GoFundMe hasn't been deactivated now. Why is it still up? It doesn't make sense. Like I said before, this case has been very money motivated from the start. Very money motivated indeed. Have they got a record deal? Not record deal. Have they got a deal with Condor Pictures, who are doing a documentary on this, a docu-film? Are Condor Pictures going to be taking this on? Are they going to make more money out of it? There's a lot of conspiracy going around at the moment, and a lot of people still don't think he's dead. I'm a little bit 50-50.
I think he is. I think he is. There's too much going on. I know people sort of question the body of who the Guardia actually, who actually found him. We're still not 100% sure, because it was an actual tip-off, but it is a topic of conversation. I'm not going to really talk about the money that Debbie and the family received, as long as they're using it to do more investigations and putting out there what they do for the money. So it's really no biggie to me. I know people who have donated want to know what's going on in the public, which is fair enough.
50. I don't understand why you bring a body back that you haven't identified. I don't understand why you would hold a ceremony for a body that you...
Well, look, I think this is a bit tough because, like I said, I think they would have done tests to know whether it was Jay. There are questions asked about it, and we will probably never know the ins and outs. Obviously, we've got a lot of specialist equipment now for the family to know whether it was Joe or not, even though the doctors and the coroner were actually basically saying it's best not to see Jay's body because of the condition it was actually in.
Don't actually have proof that you've seen it yourself. I understand he was heavily decomposed. However, surely for your own peace of mind, you'd want to know. There's a lot of questions. The case very much still hasn't been forgotten about. A lot of people are still asking questions. And these are my questions today. But feel free, drop down your questions. What do you think? What do you think's going on?
Yeah, she has some good points to say. I wished, personally, Warren had said a little bit more. But that is crucial when this message, I think Jay's family may have not a lot of their own questions. Maybe Warren and Debbie have totally different views. This is what I think. This is what I think. And I'm not going to put out it's not really my business, but there's I think there's a possibility that they're liaising but separated, if that makes sense, which is fair enough. But that's the narrative I actually get out of it. The second part is Hayley Comet, an update. She has a really good channel. She's not really talked about the Jay Slater case for a while, but she did have something to say.
Make this video, and it's been a long time since I spoke about Jay Slater. I honestly wanted to give the family the respect and time to grieve their son, and obviously the last video I ever made on the Jay Slater case was the day that his body was found. Now, there has become some kind of campaign online to have creators, especially me, it seems to be all focused on me to be fair, remove all my videos of Jay Slater, which I'm not going to do, for the simple fact that Jay Slater, he was found, and tragically and awfully he was found deceased. But it doesn't mean that Jay doesn't need justice, and there is an inquest coming up to answer some questions around the way Jay was found and what event.
Wow, she'd been told to take it down. By whom? I wouldn't have said it was the family, probably people who are involved in the case and don't want this information to be out there. This is what it seems like to me.
Events happened that day leading up to Jay being found in the way that he was. And his father Warren now has a TikTok account. He did put up a video about a month ago asking people to respect the family and not talk about the case. But since then, over the last week and a half, he seems to have a change of heart, and he's began posting content that definitely opens back up conversations around what happened to Jay Slater. He's posted footage of him out searching at the time when Jay was missing. He's showing the kind of path that people have kind of alluded that Jay must have gone, pointed out that that's bullshit, like there's no way his son would have done that. He's also shown that Jay would have had access to water. He's showing different kind of paths that were clearly marked out that Jay could have taken. And I do think there are a lot of questions that are left to be answered, especially around the Airbnb and why Jay went back there, what happened.
I just want to say, people, I just got a funny feeling that Warren's a bit of a thinker. He's one of them that sort of, much quieter, and I think he's looking at different avenues in what happened to Jay. I do think that a lot of the information was fed to Debbie first before it was fed to Warren. This is what I think personally, but like I said, I'm glad he's looking into it a little bit deeper, because I know for a fact, due to his last couple of videos, he's not happy with, I think, what Jay's supposed friends had said.
Happened when he got back there? Did he even get back there? So we're going to open up some more conversations around Jay Slater. I think there are lots of questions that do need to be answered. I think all of us were left with kind of a feeling that there hadn't been closure yet for Jay or his family, that there were still things going on in the background that needed to be talked about. I personally was kind of shut down by a lot of people online. All of the hatred seemed to be piled on me. I seemed to be the only problem, yet loads of other people, thousands of people were talking about what happened to Jay.
Hayley respects you because you've been on it before I was on it, since day one, and you had a lot of questions like all of us, so please keep going because your information is valuable.
So I'm not removing my videos for that reason. I just wanted to update you on that. Like, if anything, it's because I care too much about these cases, and every case I ever cover, I'll cover right to the last minute, like till there is justice or there is a resolve in the case. And with Jay, there definitely hasn't been that. The newspapers yesterday were full of headlines like this. Jay Slater's dad has a lot of ball going on as he retraces his son's steps, and he does talk about himself, how like this just doesn't make any sense. Jay's mum's recent interviews have also alluded to the fact that she still wants to know, like, why did he go to the Airbnb? Like, why did he not come back to Los Cristianos alive and well? There's so many questions still to be asked. So, you know, I feel like it is time, before it's too late and all that evidence is lost, to talk about what happened to Jay Slater. So I'm going to make this video.
Brilliant. Hayley, terrific. I think a lot of the YouTubers, Wax, Joseph Morris, I like someone put the American mama, I think it's 1111. She's absolutely brilliant. We really support each other, and myself. I think we've opened the case, right opened, and looked at it in specific ways that probably others haven't, but there's still more information to actually come out. But Hayley Comet, please follow her on TikTok, because like I said, she followed the case way before I did, and a lot of the information and my thoughts when the case was taking a left, she put us back on track. And no, don't put your videos down, because like I said, we could actually go back and memorize some of the stuff you said, which may be able to crack the case even more, or you know, get justice for Jay and his family. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment. But look, we must keep going. We've got this far now, and it's so easy to actually give up and thinking, where do we go from here? I do think it's kind of the next 7 to 10 days are kind of crucial. I think in maybe someone coming forward, because I think the longer it goes on, I do think that we can only go so far as investigators, but we need some crucial information to come through, or someone talking. Let me know what you think, people. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support myself and the other YouTubers like Wax and Joseph Morris and the American Mama 1111. Thank you wherever you are in the world.